Hey everybody, Matt Hartman here again for Drunkard's Walk. Thanks so much for listening again this week, and a big thank you to Jesse Ali for our theme music and Nick Jaramillo for our artwork. Well, if you're enjoying what you're hearing here in Season 11, why not give us a rating or review on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast? We really appreciate it. It gets the word out, and it helps us significantly. It takes very little time to do, and it would be great. So check it out, or give us a topic suggestion for another upcoming episode. Head over to our link tree and find links to all of the things that you need and want from Drunkard's Walk. Oh, everything except this episode. So just listen to this and enjoy. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome to Drunkard's Walk, the podcast. It's me, it's Matt Hartman. I'm one of the hosts of Drunkard's Walk, and if you've listened before, you already knew that. There was no need for me to tell you. You were reading my mind, in a way, because you knew what I was going to say. Is that true? What am I thinking now, listener? Oh, that's right. Oh, congratulations. Well done. Well, the other thing that I'm thinking about is how to introduce the other host of Drunkard's Walk, because you may know him as Jethro Nolan, but I know him as the other host of Drunkard's Walk, Jethro Nolan.
Wow, Matt, and I appreciate your thoroughness and your respect for my position, which comes with extreme authority. But you can just call me Jethro. You don't have to always say my title.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I hope I haven't put you in awkward situations when we've been out and about and I've been and this is the other host of Drunkard's Walk, Jethro Nolan.
No, it's more awkward for you. The person that you're introducing me to and we share a knowing nod and a sigh.
Oh, yeah.
Because it just makes you seem a little off.
Oh.
Touched, as the Irish might say.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't mind that. I'm used to people seeing me that way and interpreting me that way. So I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. But yeah, it is great to be back on here with you, man, because we're over halfway through season 11. Can you believe it?
I can't. Where does the time go?
Yeah, it flies right by. And we didn't even bring this up last week. Last week was our 160th episode.
Oh, how dare we not celebrate our sesquicentennial plus 10?
I know. You have to celebrate those types of things. Look, we really do. We don't get many milestones during seasons because we only do 15 episodes at a time. So you gotta grab them when they're there and hold on for dear life.
We only do 15 episodes. I feel like it's a grueling slog that we have to survive.
Do you?
Do.
I'm glad you're having so much fun doing this, man.
I dread this. I dread it
really?
Up to the moment that it starts,
right.
And then I have a great time while I'm actually doing it. But that's literally me in any activity. Even the dread of anticipation of anything is just, oh God. And then actually doing, because I'm at the age now where I just want to sit in a chair.
You are sitting in a chair.
I want to sit in a more comfortable chair than the one I'm currently sitting.
Oh, well, you could do that, Jethro. You are in your house.
I was doing that earlier, and I was watching. I recently asked for streaming TV suggestions, and a lot of people suggested Shrinking on Apple TV Plus.
Oh yes,
and I had watched season 1, and now season 2 is on, and now I'm remembering everything I hated about season 1.
Oh, you didn't like that show?
It's so artificial. It's a waste of an amazing cast. There's a great cast, but all of the dialogue is this sounds like a TV writer wrote it, because everything's so quippy and clever, and it's not realistic, and it drives me up the wall.
It's a certain style. There's no doubt about it. You may realize or may know that it is the same creator as the creator of Scrubs. So it's got that same kind of feel to it, I feel.
Yeah, that explains why Zach Braff directed so many episodes.
Did he really?
He did. I noticed Zach Braff's name before I knew anything else about it.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I did not know that. I didn't realize. I guess I just wasn't paying attention who was directing them. Well, anyway, enough about these streaming television shows, Jethro. We have to stream our way through Wikipedia and get using only the links from one topic to another. We don't have time to talk about streaming television.
Wow. Way to use the word stream, even though it's totally inappropriate in this context. But yes, I appreciate your segue and
Mhm.
your apt description of what it is we do on this podcast, Matt.
Yes.
We do. We are starting in Wikipedia, but we don't know where we're going, Matt. Whither shall we travel?
Well, Jethro, don't worry, because I have the perfect solution for us. You see, I have planned ahead and invited a guest on to give us a destination.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. And look, there he is. He's on the call. It's Travis Lemay. Travis, how's it going, man?
Good evening. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing grand. Thank
I
you for
mean,
joining.
just
No
amazing.
problem.
Just amazing the whole time. So, yeah, we really appreciate you coming on and being willing to talk to us and give us a destination for our walk. Have you listened to the podcast before, Travis?
I have about a year or so, I would say. I've been listening, binge listening. I found you guys when I was listening to Escape This Podcast,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I heard them on that podcast, on your podcast, and I got intrigued. So I started listening, and I became a member.
Man,
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. You are one of the few Patreon members that have actually been able to come on to the show. So let us thank you directly for being a Patreon supporter. And yeah, and I mean we really have to send that fruit basket over to Escape This Podcast, Jethro, because they did us some amazing things by letting us come on their show, by being guests on our show. They got us a whole new audience. It's amazing. It's
They
wonderful.
did. I feel guilty. I hope people are still listening to their podcast, or have they all abandoned Escape This Podcast and they've come over to us?
I wouldn't think so. I think you can listen to more than one podcast at a time. Travis, am I right on this?
You are correct. Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Because that would have made me feel pretty terrible. So Travis, tell us a little bit about you. Where are you based? Where do you live?
Well, I live in Lewiston, Maine.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. So you're up.
What
up
happens in
north.
Lewiston, Maine?
Yeah.
Not too much.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Is it super duper frigid cold there? Because it is here, and we're south of you. So.
Yeah, it's I think like 20 degrees tonight. So
Oh,
it'll be-
that's actually warmer than it is here. Here it's
Yeah.
like 7 right now. So.
No, yeah.
But a lot
we-
of snow. You guys got a lot of snow up there this year?
No, not too much. It comes and then it's gone within a couple days.
Oh,
Christmas, it had a white Christmas, I believe,
That's
but
nice.
then it was gone.
huh. That's
There you go.
that's the exact opposite of I would have expected that to be like here, but we have snow and it's been on the ground for weeks, which is what I would have expected Maine to be like. But I've not been to Maine, so I don't know. Like, what? Tell me, if I were to travel to Maine. Oh no, I have been to Maine. I've been to Portland. Are you anywhere near Portland?
Yeah, about 30 minutes north of
Okay.
Portland.
I like.
I feel
Portland.
like we're not getting the full story from Matt. It's changing left and right. First of all, you don't know that snow leaves. That
No.
snow famously leaves. That's all it does.
But I anticipated. Look, I was in Maine. I remembered now that I was in Maine, but I was in Maine not during the winter. I assumed that it snowed in like October in Maine, and then it just stayed on the ground until April, and that clearly is not the case at all.
No,
Travis,
you're
I have
lucky
to
if you get it in middle of November. But the real snowstorms come in January, February.
Yeah. Travis, I have to apologize on behalf of Drunkard's Walk Incorporated for Matt's ferocious stereotyping of Maine living and what it's like.
That's
Whoa,
quite all right.
it's not stereotyping of Maine living. It's just expecting something based off of things that I've heard.
Okay, but Matt,
And
now you're
not
going to talk about
observing, and
you're going to talk about foliage and what does George W. Bush really like. You're going to bring up all these things that if I hear you say the word lobster, we're going to have to shut it down.
lobster. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Wow.
Well, Travis, this is very cool. So, and is there anything like what are you up to in Maine? Like any hobbies? Do you have a job that you do? What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I do work. I just graduated with college with an accounting degree this past May.
Oh, congrats.
But
Congratulations.
thank you. Working before that for 16 years at a local hospital as a surgical technologist.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
For the past year, I've been working at a local eye doctor's office, which
Okay.
I
Okay.
totally love working there. And I enjoy going to hockey games.
Oh, nice. Nice. Who do you support up there in Maine?
Well, I like the Montreal Canadiens,
Okay.
but we actually have a local team, the Maine Nordiques, who play in Lewiston.
Oh, I didn't
Nice.
realize that. Are they AHL?
They're minor league, uh,
Yeah.
NA3HL, I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Awesome. 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 Yeah, that's great. I love hockey. Hockey's my sport, man. If I'm going to watch a sport, that's what it's going to be. Unfortunately, my team has forgotten how to, well, our goalies have forgotten how to play here in Pittsburgh. That's why we put them on waivers today.
Mm.
Yay. Bye, Tristan Jari. Yeah, pretty excited about that, honestly, because
Well,
I'm
it's kind of
hoping.
interesting that you say you like hockey because that's somewhat about my topic tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
yes. Oh, well, let's get into
Yes.
it then, man, because I can't wait to
All
hear what
right.
this is about. Tell us what you
All
got.
right. Well, back in the early 2000s, Lewiston had a Quebec Major Junior Hockey League team called the Lewiston Maniacs.
Okay.
And someone from your beloved Pittsburgh Pirates used to play in Lewiston.
Okay. Pirates or
Sydney,
Penguins?
Penguins, I mean,
Oh, okay, okay.
Penguins.
Yeah.
Penguins. Sidney Crosby.
Oh, is that right?
So he used to play the Lewiston Maniacs when he played for the Rimouski Oceanic.
Okay, okay. You wasn't I'm sorry. I thought you were saying he played for them, but you're
No,
saying he
no,
played
no.
he played against them in the Quebec Major
Played
Junior Hockey
against
League.
him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So that is the topic tonight, Lewiston Maniacs, the Wikipedia page for the Lewiston Maniacs. Um,
Awesome. And
they're no
that's
longer around anymore, but
Lewiston, Lewiston.
yep.
Okay. All right. So when were they around? So clearly they were around in like in the what I would guess late 90s, early 2000s at least.
2003 to 2011 in Lewiston,
Oh, okay.
but the organization themselves all the way from 1969,
Oh.
but they got moved around a couple times in Canada and then made it to Lewiston.
Got it. I didn't even realize. So this is in Maine, right? Lewiston's in Maine?
Yes, correct. Yep.
I didn't realize that Quebec Major Junior Hockey League had any teams that didn't play in Canada. Are there other
Yep.
teams that play in the US?
In this league, I don't think so.
Oh,
Also,
wow.
Lewiston was the only American team to win the regular season
Huh.
uh, to the President's Cup. They're the first and only American team to win the President's Cup.
That's crazy. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know the Lewiston Maniacs at all. Jethro, I know you love sports.
Oh
Are you
yeah,
familiar with the
I
Maniacs
also
at
will
all?
participate in the sports, but I'm going to take it at a slightly different tact. So Lewiston, Maine, Maniacs. By any chance, is the word maniacs in Lewiston Maniacs spelled like the state of Maine? Is it a clever wordplay situation?
You are correct. Yes, Maniacs.
Fantastic. All right,
Oh, so
so
it's like Maine?
Yes, IACS.
Oh, I didn't even notice that until you started saying it that way, Jethro. And if I'd seen it written this way, I don't even know if I'd have read it that way. That's crazy, but I love it. I love the use of the name and putting Lewiston, Maine into the actual name, Lewiston Maniacs. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Way to go, sports.
Their home ice arena has a little history as well. You might
Mhm.
have heard of a little boxing match with Muhammad Ali and Liston with the Phantom Punch.
Okay.
That happened at that arena that they used to play in Lewiston.
what's the
Really?
name of it?
It's currently the Colisee.
Huh.
Colisee?
Yep, Colisee with an accent
Uh-huh.
over the first D.
Okay. All right then.
Interesting.
That's another
But
Wow.
word I would not have been
what
able to spell.
it was the Angerskogen Bank Colisee when they played, but when Muhammad Ali did his fight, I believe it was St. Dominic Arena or Academy.
Got it.
Right.
Wow. This is amazing. I've never heard of this team, and then this arena is like clearly famous as well. This is great. I love this.
Now, do you have any Lewiston Maniacs gear? Do they have like a cool logo or anything? Or
They have a cool logo. It's kind of like a hockey player holding a stick, and he created an M. So the hockey stick makes an L, and then the guy with his shoulders up kind of is an M.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait to see. Like, I'm sure it's got to be on the page, right? So when we get
It is
there,
on the page, yes.
we will get to see it. That's so good. That's so good. Well, that's very cool, man. This will be an interesting thing to get to from the Karr-Koussevitzky double bass, which is where we'll be starting. That has absolutely nothing to do with ice hockey, but it's going to be a really fantastic little journey, I think, Jethro.
Indeed. I look forward to figuring out how we're going to get there through a non-geographical route. But
yeah, right, exactly. Cool. Well, Travis, before we let you go, we got to find out, are you having a drink this evening? Because we usually do that as we walk. We have a sip of something.
I am. Since I knew I was coming on, I made sure to have a Freedom's Edge cider. It's a sweet mulled hard cider from a local brewer in Maine.
Oh.
And I normally don't drink, but I want to make this a special occasion. Normally, I only drink Coca-Cola. So the only water intake I get is from the water and the Coke.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So when you say you drink only Coca-Cola, no water, no, we're not doing juice, no milk, no nothing, just
not usually.
Coca-Cola, 100%.
Coca-Cola.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. How about Jethro? How about you? Are you sipping on anything this evening?
Well, I feel bad because Travis has made a heroic sacrifice to rarely drink alcohol. I'm actually participating in Dry January, so I'm having a La Croix limoncello flavor, natural essence, La Croix or LaCroix. I don't know. I've never heard anybody else say it. Christy and I always say La Croix as a bit, but I have no idea.
I think it's LaCroix. That's how I've heard it talked about.
Yeah,
but
it's like if your parents say Target, you call it Target until you learn, it in college that everybody else calls it Target.
Right. Yeah.
My parents were doing a bit.
Yes,
what about you, Matt? Are you having a bevy?
I am, Jethro. I am still in the Advent calendar that my wife was so nice to get me, the whiskey Advent calendar, and I'm on number 5 this week, and this is the Sek Sato Shiki, which is a Japanese whiskey, a single grain Japanese whiskey that redefines the whiskey making process. It combines a 500-year-old Japanese distillation method with modern ingenuity. So that is what I am drinking this evening. I haven't tried it yet. Let me give it a sip. Oh, that is an interesting flavor. It is like, it's a little bit smoky, but it's not quite like a Scotch. But I like it. It's got apparently oak, very high oak flavor in it, and honey, vanilla, caramel, and nutty. It's quite nutty. So there you go. That's what I'm drinking. I know nothing about it other than I like it. I like how it tastes. Oh, and it's very warming in the chest there. So I don't know.
There we go.
What's the proof on this? Oh, it's only 43%. So it's nothing. Not going to knock me over, but it's not going to leave me right either. Well, this is
a mere 43%.
A mere 43. This is awesome. I can't wait. I'm so excited to have I think this is our first hockey topic, Jethro.
Oh, no.
No?
Do you not remember the episode where we went to Alexander Ovechkin?
Like I said, this is our first hockey topic.
No.
Which I'm really excited about.
No, you remember how you maybe go to David S. Pumpkins, and I hate David S. Pumpkins, and then your wife conspired against you and was like, Matt would really hate going to Ovechkin, and she got you good.
Yep.
So this will be our second hockey related thing. But I'm excited to do it now.
Yeah, me too. Well, Travis, thank you very much for this topic. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you listening. Thank you again for being a patron on our Patreon, and we hopefully we'll talk to you again soon, man.
Yeah, my pleasure, and maybe I'll give another suggestion later on down the road. Who knows?
That'd be great.
Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you so
Travis.
much. Take care, Travis.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
All right, Jethro. So Karr-Koussevitzky double bass to Lewiston Maniacs. How many steps is it going to take us? We got to make that prediction now.
I have already written my number down.
What?
You heard me. I'm ready to go.
So
Let's
sure
get this party
yourself.
started.
Don't like how sure you are.
I mean,
And
I'm sure I can write a number down. I have no idea if it's accurate.
We are gonna try to avoid the geographic route, right? As we normally do.
That is our bond with the listener, Matt.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure before I write a number down that's what's happening. So, all right, I'm good to go. Let's do it, man. Let's get it on, as they say.
All right. So I will say this.
Say it.
This is a short page.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. So I don't know why you worry about that, because it doesn't mean a whole lot, because all we need is one link to get out. And I've already found the link that we're going to go with.
Gary Karr.
No, not Gary Karr.
No.
We're not going to go with any famous bassists. We are going to click on Growth Ring, which takes us to dendrochronology.
Oh, we talked about this last week, dendrochronology.
We talked about it last week, but I don't believe that we went through it. But that is the only link that I can find that is not a musician or an orchestra or a maker of musical instruments or a geographical location. Because there are literally 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 links in this article.
All right, so here's what I'm going to say to you, Jethro. I know that I threw Gary Karr there out as kind of a joke, but I actually might make an argument in favor of Gary Karr.
And why is that?
So if you recall last week, we learned that Gary Karr played prominently with Leonard Bernstein and the New York Philharmonic, I think it is. And I believe they performed at more than once at Madison Square Garden, the home of the New York Rangers, an ice hockey team. And I feel like Madison Square Garden is not geographical in the way that we worry, because as we said, if it's smaller than a city, it's not really geographical. And I think there might be a path through that.
You know what? You make a compelling case. Allow me to agree with you.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
All I was thinking with dendrochronology is trees, and the foliage turns in Maine, and it's quite beautiful. So I didn't really have a strong thing, but yeah, if we can get to Leonard Bernstein, that gets us to the New York area, and there's hockey there.
I thought at least you were going to say something about the wooden hockey sticks that they used to use, and that it was going to be something about that. But no, you were.
I thought about that, but then I thought, there are a lot of things that are made of wood, and I doubt that the tree Wikipedia page is going to list all of them. So.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And and honestly, like, wooden sticks are not used very often anymore. It's all composite and things like that anyway. So, but you willing to go through Gary Karr?
I love it. Let's do it. We'll fight about a different link later.
That sounds good.
All right, Gary Karr it is.
And for folks that aren't seeing this, Karr is not C-A-R like you might think that Karr would be spelled. It's K-A-R-R.
Indeed, and he's still with us as of this recording. He's 83 years old.
Yes, indeed. And originally from Los Angeles, California, and attended Fairfax High School, which when I first saw it, I thought, oh, like Fairfax, like Virginia. But no, it's Fairfax in LA.
Indeed. Probably on Fairfax Boulevard.
So this is also a somewhat short page. And it does get into New York Philharmonic. Leonard Bernstein is on here. We've got Young People's Concert. But I don't see, unfortunately, I was hoping that the link to Madison Square Garden was going to be on this page. I do not see that.
Wonderful.
Oh, but you know what is on here?
What?
Is the New York Conservatory of Music. I'm sorry, I said New York. New England Conservatory of Music.
And where is that located?
New England, I assume. Oh, it's in Boston, Massachusetts.
But New England is a big place.
Right, but Maine is part of it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that geographic? I mean, how are we slicing the the geographic splitting the hairs on this?
No, I agree with you. The conservatory would not be geographic in my mind, nor would the Hart School, which is in West Hartford, Connecticut. But you're right. Once we got up there, Yale is on here too, which is also in New England. But I think you're right. Once we got up there, we'd probably have to go through there. I also saw British Columbia on here, and I thought, hey, British Columbia hockey, but that is actually Victoria, British Columbia, and that doesn't feel fair at all. So now we're
also,
a little bit
by the
stuck.
way, who decided that a bunch of states could get together and just call themselves New England? Right? Like, does anybody know what states comprise New England?
Yeah, it's Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and I think that might be it.
Yeah, I don't think that they should be allowed to have a name like that.
I think you're a couple hundred years too late to make that argument, my friend.
No, I think language changes all the time. We can all decide collectively that we're not going to call it New England. Like, just call it the Northeast, for God's sakes. Everybody else, like the Southwest, the Pacific Northwest, everybody else has like a direction, the Midwest, even the Mid-Atlantic, it's right on the Atlantic Ocean in the middle. So New England, that doesn't tell me anything about where it is or who's involved. It's suspicious. Also, by the way, England lost the war. Let it go. Let it go.
Pretty sure it was before the war that they started calling themselves New England. But
I know, that's my point. That's my point. Why did we fight and win that war if not to get rid of the tyranny of the British?
Fair enough. Fair enough. I say go for it. Start writing your letters now, folks. Send them to Jethro, who will then forward them along to the authorities that need to know about this. All right, where are we going here? New York Philharmonic feels like the best bet to me.
But not Leonard Bernstein?
I mean, potentially Bernstein, Leonard Bernstein. I don't know which way to say it. We could go through him. He's going to be very prolific, as is the Philharmonic. So I could be convinced either way.
Yeah, I guess I like Leonard Bernstein just because he doesn't have a geographic title in his name. I feel like once you start getting into geographic words in the names themselves, then I feel like we're inching towards the forbidden zone of the geographic route.
All right. I disagree with it being an actual like orchestra that we're going to and not at all a geographic thing. But as I said, I'm happy with either. Let's go to Leonard Bernstein. All
right, there we go. Also, I knew that he would have a big page. And boy, howdy does he.
For sure.
Too big, in fact. Oh, I see a link to the New York Philharmonic here.
That's not going to help us. I see Kennedy Center Honor as well on here. Also not going to help us.
Indeed. Ooh, Boston Pops Orchestra.
A lot of movies mentioned on here. I see On the Waterfront, On the Town, Wonderful Town, Candide.
I see Psalm 148. There we go.
Oh, perfect.
Not the Psalm, the composition by the same title.
John F. Kennedy is on here. 6-Day War, Fall of the Berlin Wall. A lot of stuff on here. Newton, Massachusetts is on here.
Is it now?
If you'd like to get into New England again.
You know who else is linked here? Sergei Koussevitzky.
Not surprising.
There we go.
The Cradle Will Rock is on here.
I saw that. If we needed to get to Orson Welles or John Houseman, that would be a great way to do it. But we don't. We need to get to hockey and the Lewiston Maniacs.
Yeah, not just hockey. Very specific minor league hockey team. So
there is a link here to the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah, that's going to help us.
All right, if you're sure.
I see Carnegie Hall on here.
Now, what do we think we're going to find here? Because I feel like there's a whole lot of stuff, but not a whole lot of hockey-related stuff.
Well, so again, I thought that Madison Square Garden was a place that the New York Philharmonic had played at least one concert, and perhaps it would be mentioned. I'm not seeing that yet, so I'm starting to wonder if perhaps I was just wrong entirely about that. What I do see, though, is a link to NBC television network. And I can tell you that NBC has carried NHL games. So there's a possible way through there. I don't love it, but if we find nothing else, that is a possibility.
Indeed. Yeah, I don't love it too. Ooh, the Winter Garden Theater is linked. I noticed in the section on West Side Story, it opened on my birthday in 1957, which technically was before it was my birthday. But if you hover over the Winter Garden Theater, it has the billboard for the Back to the Future, the musical. So I guess that's what's playing there now.
Yeah,
and you love Back to the Future.
I do. In fact, I will tell you that I just saw a post. Unfortunately, when this is being released, it's over. But they are currently doing open casting for the next Marty McFly for the Back to the Future musical to potentially be in any of the cities where it's currently playing. And I printed out the music. I downloaded the backing track, and I thought, you know what? I don't have a chance, but I'm still going to submit for this. And then I started looking at the music. It is so far out of my range, I can't even pretend to like send in a thing that would waste their time. Also, I am much too tall and much too old for that part. So,
all right. So other than the fact that you can't sing, you can't act, you're too tall, and you're a perfect fit.
Yep. Other than that, I am 100% perfect for the role.
All right, then.
Mostly because I've seen the movie and I like it. And that's why I'm perfect for the role.
That's what makes acting is passively consuming entertainment and enjoying it.
That is correct. It's exactly what it is. There
you go. I'm scrolling here. I'm seeing a lot of great music and such here. I see like some presidential links, like Eleanor Roosevelt was linked. Dwight D. Eisenhower is linked. There's obviously connections to Hollywood, but I'm not seeing anything hockey-ish.
So I did find something that I don't know that this is. I mean, it's still a number of steps away, but there is a link here. It says the full reasons will probably never be known. They were on friendly terms, but sometimes practiced a little mutual one-upmanship. And one-upmanship is a link that takes you to competition, which is it's a page just for competition.
Okay,
that's going to get us into sports for sure.
Here we go.
Again, I don't love it, but it does get us away from music and into sports. I cannot believe that Madison Square Garden is not on this page. I really am. I really believed that Bernstein had done at least one performance there, and I mean, I must just be totally wrong.
I mean, would the Philharmonic play at Madison Square Garden? Don't they play it like? Aren't there like music halls designed specifically for like the Met or something like that, or Carnegie Hall? Like,
yes, absolutely. I mean, those are definitely the places that they are performing more often, without a doubt. It's just that I felt that there was like these big events or things where this would happen. And again, as I say, I'm not seeing it on here, so I'm probably just wrong, right? Like,
okay,
in my brain. Oh no, wait, here it is, Madison Square Garden. I found it.
Ah, look at you, clever fellow. Because I found Kennedy Center Honors, and I thought, oh, surely there had to be like some hockey genius who received a Kennedy Center Honor at some point. But where did you find Madison Square Garden, my friend?
So it's actually under Advocacy for AIDS Research and Patient Care, because on April 30th, 1983, at Madison Square Garden in New York City, Bernstein participated in one of the earliest HIV/AIDS fundraisers. That's what the link is to. It is not to a performance there. It is to a fundraiser. So, there you go. I mean, we have a link to Madison Square Garden, which we can absolutely take. I did just see another link, though, that I thought would have been promising if I hadn't seen that. And now I can't remember what it was. I mean, maybe that's just the way to go. Oh, it was, there were links to several Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese. Oh, this made me think that Bradley Cooper is linked on here. I started to think, like, if we could find somebody that was somehow associated with, like a hockey movie, like Miracle or
Slapshot.
Slapshot,
Paul
right?
Newman.
Yeah. Mystery Alaska, things like that, right? That might have been a path as well. But I think Madison Square Garden is going to wind up being the thing.
All right, I can be talked into that. Let's take a look there. All right.
I mean, I haven't gotten all the way to the
MSG.
bottom of the page. I mean, do you want to look a little more to make sure that there's nothing better on here, or do you just want to do it?
I mean, I feel fairly exhausted by this incredibly long page. Also, I will say this, that the purple section down below, just gigantic. It's huge.
Oh, okay.
There's so much, too much. He did too many things. I think that Leonard Bernstein should have dialed it back a little bit. That's what I'm going to say.
Did he play any hockey? I'm looking at his awards now. I'm hoping to find like the Art Ross Trophy in here, or just anything.
He was a Midland hockey player at best. That's.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the director's cut of the Bradley Cooper movie, but yeah, they cut the whole hockey section out.
Took him right out. Yeah. I understand why. All right. Well, let's go to Madison Square Garden then.
Let's do it, baby.
I have to find it again because I've scrolled away, of course. But
it is. Here we are.
I see it. Yep.
And here I am. I've been to Madison Square Garden. The National Hockey League is linked here. The New York Rangers are linked here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but,
I mean those are our paths probably.
Of the two, would you pick NHL or the Rangers?
So I think both have potential. I think there's a possibility that there have been players from the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League that have played for the Rangers, right? And so therefore we would see links from there. But because it's NHL and that's a particular league, that might be better because it would talk about other hockey leagues. I also see a link to the World Hockey Association, the WHA. Because this was also the home of the New York Raiders, New York Golden Blades of the World Hockey Association.
Okay.
And that makes me wonder if going into like New York Raiders, New York Golden Blades gets us into defunct hockey teams. Oh, Joe Louis is on here as well. So there's boxing mentioned too.
Ooh, see if Muhammad Ali or Sonny Liston are mentioned. Mm-hmm. Because didn't he say that Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston had a famous fight?
He did, and it was in that same arena. And so if we get to one of them, we could get to that arena and then probably get to that team. So it's just a question of which is faster, right? I don't see either of them yet, but
I see Muhammad Ali.
Oh, do you?
Under the regular events, there is a sports section, and there is a list of several boxers and boxing events, and Muhammad Ali is linked here. Now, and we get back to what is apparently a recurring theme this season, which is specific sports incidents that are allegedly famous that I have never heard of, which is certainly not out of bounds given my general ignorance of the sports domain. Mm-hmm. But if this Phantom Punch was truly one of the things that merited listing on Muhammad Ali's page, it could get us there quickly.
Well, it gets us to that arena, right? And then that arena gets us to that team, I would think.
Fair enough. Yes.
So,
I think like NHL or New York Rangers on their own page are almost certainly not going to have a link to the Lewiston Maniacs.
Yeah, the only way that I could see the New York Rangers having a link to them is if somebody on the team that was prominent enough played for the Maniacs, and then much like we did, remember when we were trying to get to Dimension 20?
Yeah.
And we found Allie Beardsley, right? And Allie Beardsley had parentheses and then names of shows. Like it could potentially do something like that for us, but who knows, right? Like, yeah. That's a shot in the dark.
Let me ask you this, Matt. We definitely know that we can get there going the hockey route, right? It won't be a joyous journey of discovery in the way that if we take the risk and go with Muhammad Ali, who knows how we're going to get there.
I mean, I guess that's true. I'm looking down under the purple boxes because there's a whole section for the New York Rangers. And I was looking to see if there were any connections in there. So there's their AHL team, which is the Hartford Wolfpack, and their ECHL team, which is the Bloomington Bison, because of course those are like their minor league teams. And I want to say maybe one of those would get us there too, but I don't know how for sure. So
Well, do we know what league and I'm sure Travis mentioned it, and I have forgotten which league the Lewiston Maniacs were in?
yeah, the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League.
Okay, so
It's
neither of
kind of
those.
it's kind of like it's minor league, but it's not minor league in the way that it is affiliated with NHL teams. It is like where instead of playing in college, players play in this league, right? And it's mainly Canadian, Quebec, and so that's what it is. It's not going to be directly connected to this, but many teams, as he said, Sidney Crosby played there before he became a pro.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like it's a thing. Slapshot is on here. Oh no, it's
Is
not.
it?
It's not the movie. It's a 1995 song. Never heard of.
It was probably a 95 song about somebody who was nostalgic for the Paul Newman film Slapshot.
It could be, yeah. AHL and ECHL are both linked, but they're not gonna. Well, they might get us there. I don't know. I guess my thought is that most likely one of those paths through hockey is going to get us to the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, which is then going to get us to the team, right? So it's still 2 steps away, probably. Yeah. There's a chance it's only one. Versus if we go the path through Muhammad Ali, it's definitely to Muhammad Ali, to the stadium, to the team. It's 3 steps away. Like I can't imagine any way that it would be less than 3 steps. And in this, through hockey, I can imagine a way that it could be 2.
No, if we go to Muhammad Ali, then it's going to mention the arena, and then bing, bang, boom, we're there. So right. You're counting Muhammad Ali as step 1, and yes. The other one is step 2. All right, yeah. So
and then 3 to the team, because you're going to get to the arena from Muhammad Ali, and then the team is going to be from the arena.
All right, and what's your suggestion? What's your bright idea?
If we go through either NHL, ECHL, AHL, or the Rangers, there's a chance that we get to it's to the NHL, to the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, to the team. So it's 3 steps also, right? But if we get into the Rangers and they have somebody that played on that team, then it's potentially the Rangers and then straight to the team. Potentially. I'm not saying it's a good chance of that. I'm just saying it's a potential.
Yeah. So I mean, you're buying lottery tickets here, Matt. We've got a sacred vow to the list. You remember how earlier I said we'll fight later about a link?
This is it, huh?
You want to go chasing down some random hockey trivia hole? That's fine. But I feel like, much like the Pittsburgh Penguins, you are leaving your goal untended, and the enemy's going to go and score.
Harsh. All right. I will look. You've been right many times. I'll check it out, but I'm going to come back and take a look. Don't think I won't.
That's fine. That's fine. So under regular events, sports, Muhammad Ali is in the 3rd paragraph down.
Okay, hold on. Regular events,
regular events, sports. And then the 3rd paragraph down, Muhammad Ali is linked here. And here we go. Gotcha. And another gigantic, there we go. Another gigantic page here. Sonny Liston is listed there. Fantastic.
Liston is
listed.
So, folks, if you don't know who Muhammad Ali was, perhaps one of the most famous, if not the most famous boxer ever, passed away in 2016. But he was considered the greatest, just the greatest of all time.
He named him. He gave himself that name. He gave himself many names. I'm not going to fight him over it. He certainly was an amazing boxer. Also, came of age at a time when television was hitting, so he became a media sensation in a way that laid the groundwork for other athletes. But he was also a larger than life personality. He and Howard Cosell, if you haven't seen like him and Howard Cosell during some of those interviews, just charm and personality to beat the band. Do do do, and also the subject of a really good George Carlin bit that I recall from the early days of listening to comedy albums, where Carlin was like, Muhammad Ali, he had a weird job beating people up, and the government wanted to give him a new job, killing people, and he was like, nah, I'll beat him up, but I won't kill him. And then the government said, well, if you won't kill him, we won't let you beat him up. And that's why I love George Carlin.
I remember that.
There
I
we
remember
go.
that bit. That's a good one. So here's what I'm going to point out. We do have mention of this match. We have mention of it at the very beginning about the 2 matches against Liston. Then we have a section where it says Ali then faced a rematch with Liston scheduled for May 1965 in Lewiston, Maine, which is linked.
Aha! But no mention of the venue, I'm guessing.
That's correct. There's no mention of the venue.
Ah, there we go. I see how it works. Where is this?
Upsetting.
Where is this fights against Liston?
It's under fights against Liston. It's in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th paragraph is where it talks about this.
Indeed. All right. So there it is. A link to lovely Lewiston, Maine, and not a damn bit of. There we go. All right.
Now there is a link. There is a link to a main article, which is Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston. So maybe it would be on there, but maybe not.
I mean, if there's a main article about that fight, it's going to mention the venue.
Well, it's there. They had 2 fights, I guess. Apparently, is what I'm reading here. So it's about both of them. But I have no idea how long that article is. So yeah, you're right. Probably it's on there, but I thought it was going to be here. So
Matt, we've come this far. I feel like if you wanna, quit and find some hockey guy who's listed here and click on him, you can, but you're going backwards. The only way out is forwards. We've got to move forwards here.
I mean, they do. There's that old joke about I went to a boxing match and a hockey game broke out, right?
There you go. Exactly. So we're already so close. We can taste it. Come on now.
Tasting something. I'm not sure what it is, though. I see NFL on here. Oh, I see NHL. Ali fought NHL player Dave Semenko in an exhibition on June 12th, 1983.
How'd that work?
The match was officially a draw after going 3 rounds, but the Canadian press reported Ali was not seriously trying for most of the bout, instead just toying with Semenko.
There you go. Well,
so we can get to the NHL from here.
Yeah, but what we didn't come to Muhammad. There's Lewiston, Maine on the page, for God's sakes. Don't be a quitter, Matt. Don't be a quitter. Don't leave your goal unattended. Come on now.
Unattended.
Whatever.
Goal attender.
Whatever the language around sports is, you know what I mean.
Ernest Borgnine. Stand by me. Gosh, there's so many things linked on here. Okay, I'm gonna look down through here and see. My hope is that there's mention of this like later, right?
Yeah. So my before you go too far, my pitch is going to be clicking on the Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston main article. That's my pitch.
Yeah, I know what you want to do. I don't think it's a great idea based off of the success that we didn't find here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you only believe in me for one link? Mm-hmm. Is that it? Just the one link? When Lewiston, Maine is mentioned right here, it's so close we can taste it, and you want to retreat into the banal safety of the NHL? Mm-hmm. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. I refuse to go.
That's harsh. What I would like to do, actually, Jethro, is go to the Civic Center in Lewiston, Maine.
Where's that? Where's that listed?
See, this is why you have to keep going. So if you go all the way down to the professional boxing record, there's a list of every match that he fought, and then a column for the location, which has, in 1965, Civic Center, Lewiston, Maine. And then when you mouse over it says Colisée. So
nice.
We actually do have a link to it right
What year?
Man.
What year?
1965.
1965, and it is in reverse chronological order. So I'm going to scroll down.
Yeah, which confused me at first, but it worked out okay.
All right, the Civic Center in Lewiston, Maine. All right,
You
The
agree?
Colisée, formerly the Androscoggin Bank Colisée, Central Maine Youth Center, Central Maine Civic Center, and Lewiston Colisée, is a 4,000 capacity seated multipurpose arena in Lewiston, Maine. All right, we are so close. I can taste it. The Maine Nordiques of the North American Hockey League play there currently.
That's what he was saying. And there it is.
Indeed.
In 2003, the Lewiston Maniacs came to the Central Maine Civic Center. Boom, 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 boom.
There it is. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, and look at that logo. That's adorable. That is it. It's a guy who's like wearing all the hockey gear in this shape, and his torso makes the shape of a letter M with his two arms as the sides of the M. He's got a predictably beaten up and ugly face, presumably from a hockey fight. And he's holding a hockey. Is it called a hockey cue? Is it a hockey bat?
They call it a stick these days.
Oh, do they? Well, how creative the hockey players are. And he's holding a hockey stick as well. And it is a very cute and cool logo. Matt,
Yes.
We've done it.
Indeed, we have. And we made it. We found it. And it just the path that we thought was going to work. And it turns out, thank goodness, that arena was actually linked on that page.
Thank heaven. Thank heaven. And also thank heaven that Muhammad Ali had the kind of sporting career where you could list every event he ever did, and not a Leonard Bernstein type situation where they're not going to have every concert he ever conducted.
That's
which
right.
just goes to show kids, be a boxer, not a conductor, and you don't have to work as hard. That's the official word.
That's an important lesson. Junior ice hockey. That's what this is. Amateur level ice hockey for 16 to 21-year-old players. So there you go.
Right.
So that explains what this is. But what we also have to explain, Jethro, is how many links it took us to get here. I believe I have to be the first to reveal, and I shall. My prediction was 6 links, which you may know is the number that it took us to get here. What did you guess, my man?
I also guessed 6 links.
Wait, you're covering it up. I can't see through your hand.
Oh, was I? I'm sorry. Yes.
Wait, you guessed 5. That says 5.
I was wrong. I meant to add 1 in my mind, and I didn't do it.
Yeah, you did in your mind. You just didn't do it for real. So that, Jethro, that brings us our victories this season so far. Jethro has 4. Matt has 3 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes left. So it's still anybody's game. And I'll tell you what, Jethro, we have a couple seconds here. I'm interested to find out if we had gone through like the Rangers or the NHL, if we would have gotten here any more quickly, because that would have helped you pretty significantly, I think.
And are you saying that I've been hoisted upon my own petard by arguing
not
with
yet.
you so vehemently?
I'm not saying that yet.
All right, so
let's
which route do
see.
you want to try? And I'll try another one.
I'm looking at the NHL.
All right, so starting with where? Starting with Madison Square Garden?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
I'm looking to see if there might be a link to like the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Or, I mean, I guess there could just be a link to the actual Maniacs on this page, but that seems unlikely to me.
All right. I'm going to click on the ECHL.
Oh, okay.
And see if that gets us anywhere. Bing, bang, boom. And there are a lot of adorably named hockey teams that are probably filled with plucky upstarts who just needs a coach who believes in them. And let's face it, the coach who are coaching at this level, they're going through some shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Probably have, alcohol problems, divorced from the wife, kids who won't talk to them. They're just trying to put their lives back together. And the Tulsa Oilers, the Wichita Thunder. I would love to see like just a sad name, like the Birmingham Triers. Just we know we're not that great. Oh, there's the Maine Mariners.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a link to the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League on here.
I do see the Trois-Rivières Lyon.
Yep. I don't think the NHL would have gotten us directly there. I'm not seeing anything on the New York Rangers page. Yeah. I don't think it would have gotten us there any faster. Maybe same, but I don't think any faster. So it looks like everything worked out for you okay. After all.
All right then. I appreciate that.
I thought
dodged a bullet there.
Well, I guess so. AHL does have a link to junior ice hockey.
Yeah. I mean, we could have gotten there eventually, but
yeah. Quebec Major Junior Hockey League just doesn't really show up in any of these pages, which I thought for sure that it would. I mean, I thought that it was connected in some way, but
well, Matt, if we've learned anything, it's that your instincts are always wrong.
Oh, I guess we could have gone through the North American Hockey League, right? Because that's what he said that the other team was a member of, right? And then maybe we would have seen a connection because Lewiston and Lewiston.
Possibly. I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, I'm not going to search every single possible path we could have gone down because that's not what this is about, Jethro. It's about one path.
Let's be clear. You're not going to do that on the podcast, but after we hang up, you're absolutely going to do that and click on all of them.
I mean, if I had a full bottle of this Japanese whiskey, I might, but I just have this one sample, so I think I'll probably let it go in a way that is a very off-brand for me. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to just to try it out.
You're growing as a person. I appreciate that. That's great.
I am. Well, Jethro, I am excited to continue this season next week, and I have heard rumbles that we may have some very special guests with us next week. As part of our kind of tradition, if you will, that we kind of skipped last season, but we're going to do again this season. I don't want to give too much away.
I feel like you've given everything away to anybody who's a regular listener of this podcast.
Well, I'm not so both of them will know, but no one else will have any idea of what I am referring. But I'm excited to do it, and I'm excited to walk with you again, sir. I hope you are too.
Likewise, absolutely. Looking forward to it, man. And we'll see you back here next week.
Bye-bye.